Good morning, everyone. Steve here, midlife ADV 1972. Beautiful northwestern Ontario morning, drinking coffee with my favorite coffee mug. I know it's kind of girly, but I love it. So I've shared some political views, I've shared a few pictures, videos, all the rest of it. Told you about my motorcycle and my plans to go to Alaska. Anybody that's getting into this has watched a million reviews, I'm sure, like I did, on equipment, motorcycles, and all the rest of it. Most of those guys, whether it's Dork in the Road or Big Rock Moto or all the rest of them, are sponsored. They say they're not, or they say they are. They do a disclaimer, say, you know, hey, I got this free from whatever company, Bell or Leatt or GoPro or whoever. Giant loop, there's a million of them out there. They say the free stuff does not influence their opinion. I don't know if it does or it doesn't. But I'm going to tell you a bit about some of my choices so far. I'm kind of a spur of the moment, buy what's there, buy what fits kind of guy. But I do a little research. The first helmet I was thinking about going with was a Bell, I think it's called an X9 or something. Really good reviews, but kind of a budget helmet. Didn't come with a lot of options. Apparently it's noisy. Only came with one visor, didn't come with a pin lock. I wasn't really up on what a pin lock was. And apparently it's an anti-fog device. It's a second visor piece you put in the inside, fits in there, has like a silicone seal. That was an option on the Bell. So after talking to the sales lady and my little brother and doing a little research, on my own, I decided to go with this helmet, made by a company called Leatt. It's an adventure helmet. It's not carbon, but it is the 8.5 ADV right there. You can't see it. It's DOT approved. I know that's kind of a bare minimum, but apparently it's a very good helmet. Anyways, when I tried it on, it fit really well. Salesperson told me it should be a little tight in here, not worry about that. It's more about I'll get used to that. And I did very quickly. It fits amazing, it's light, and it comes with some options, okay? First of all, it comes with a visor that most of the ADV helmets come with. I liked that, and that's typical of all ADV helmets. The couple things it did come with, though, it came standard with the pin lock. Let me see, I can't really show it to you in there. And it also came with two visors. The visor here that I have on, which is, it gets darker with the sunlight, I guess. Photochromatic, I'm not really sure exactly what the term for it. I know a lot of glasses do it, sunglasses and everything. So it came with that, and it works really, really, really well. It changes very quickly. It's very sensitive to the sunlight, and it gives me a lot of protection. I don't have to wear any type of glasses in it. It also came with a clear lens in here, and which is kind of cool, and you see a lot of these ADV guys wearing. It also comes with like a motocross, Leatt motocross goggles, all for the same price. It's been good. I've worn it now for over 1,200 kilometers. It does have a few scratches and bruises already because I have fallen down and smacked my head in the mud a couple times. But it's been awesome. The only complaint I have, the visor. So the visor is supposed to pop off. It does pop off very easily. These pins here, and if you fall down and hit your head, it's supposed to pop off and not break. You got these little studs here, and they go in these spots here. Well, these little studs are screw on, and they got this retainer on the back. Well, this one here, I looked at the helmet and the retainer was gone and the stud was still stuck in there. These are actually just screw on. I guess maybe I should have checked them and not relied on the fact that Leatt would tighten them properly. I don't think they did, and at about 600 kilometers, 700 kilometers, I looked and I was missing one. I haven't done a lot of research. I'm sure they're available from Leatt, but that's really my only complaint. This helmet is awesome. It's my first experience with a full face helmet coming from Harley cruisers. I was that typical Harley guy, either a half helmet or no helmet. I do have a 3/4 helmet, but all very low quality. I don't think I ever spent more than $150 on a helmet. I was kind of surprised how much adventure helmets and good quality helmets cost. This is the Leatt 8.5. Beautiful. You know, I look like Darth Vader. Look really cool. That being said, they do make one up. It's the 9.5 carbon. I guess it is a little bit lighter. I really don't notice how heavy this is. It feels really good. I'm not experiencing any fatigue or anything. And you know what? The only thing that really caught me off guard, like I said, was the price. It's a very good high quality helmet, but it's a little bit over $800, but it comes with a lot of options. The bell apparently isn't as quiet and not as light. Was considerably cheaper. I think it was about $350, but didn't come with all these options. Didn't come with this this visor that photochromatic, whatever they call it, that gets darker. Did not come with a pin lock. It did not come with a clear visor, and it didn't come with the goggles. And I think if you added all that stuff to the bell, the cheaper helmet, I think you'd be right in around the same price. So as far as that goes, I think it's definitely a good value. Like I said, there's more expensive helmets out there. Other companies, Shoei, Climb, which I think is very high quality. I do have some Climb gear, which I'll talk to you about a little later. But I'm very happy with it. I'm sure I'm gonna find a little clip for this. I will just make sure they're tight from now on. I did do about 400 kilometers yesterday, both highway and gravel. I didn't use this just because I was worried about more of these falling off. My understanding, and when you watch, the reason for this in the adventure in the MX world is it does offer that little bit of a sun shade for you. But apparently the other reason is if you're in the brush and sticks and stuff, which I wasn't yesterday, you see a branch coming, you want to protect your visor, you can kind of put your helmet down, look down, and it's going to deflect the branches. I will be putting this back on. A little bit of highway riding I did with it. The noise difference, I've seen some complaints on some reviews that the noise difference is greater. Being that I come from the Harley cruiser world and spent a lot of time with no helmet, or just a half-faced helmet, no ear protection, the noise isn't really a big thing to me. Even the motorcycle, I hear a lot of complaints about the windscreen on the T7 and guys wanting quieter. That isn't really a big thing to me, just because of my background. And you know what, I like the noise, I like the experience, I like the sound of the bike. So that being said, this is my first gear review, and it's completely unbiased. Leatt 8.5 adventure helmet. I recommend it. It's awesome. It's everything I expected. It comes with all the new safety gear. It's got this 360 MIPS, or ProFit, which is apparently very safe, rotational, something or other when you hit your head on the ground. It's supposed to keep you safe. Again, I've never looked at a lot of that, but now, being that I'm doing the adventure riding, and I've definitely fallen off this bike a couple times, I think the safety aspect is much more important. With adventure riding, chances are you're going to be in a more isolated area. Help might not be as readily available as, say, on the Harley. Not that it's any more or less important to wear good gear on a Harley, I just never have. So that being said, if you want a completely unbiased opinion on a piece of equipment from a complete amateur that has no affiliation with this company, I have no affiliation with anybody, and with my 15 viewers and 4 subscribers, probably won't be getting any sponsorships anytime soon. So like I said, I want to thank you. I hope you get a little bit of help from this. Maybe you go out and buy this helmet. Maybe you buy the bell if a little bit on a little bit more of a budget. I bit the bullet and bought the good helmet. I'll be getting back with you for another review on a couple other pieces of equipment I've bought in the last little while. One that I already have, which was my riding jacket, which I'll be telling you about in the near future. And there's a couple other things. Until then, you know what? I just want to tell you, you're never too old to keep doing cool shit. Peace.